listening to the Sneaker Box.
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, calling women Louboutins and Gucci shows.
So, what's going on, everybody? This is not Caesar, as you can tell already. He is off. He's not here. Eric's got him in a Foot Locker in his office, and he's not letting him out. So, we're doing the show today. So
yeah, I had a long night last night, so I'm warming up. What's going on, people?
Getting there. So that's Guru. So let's again, Caesar's not here, but this is still
All hail Caesar!
Nope.
Hey! Look at me. Sure. Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
Looking good, Francis. Well rested. Like you've been pitching, not catching.
Yep. So this is Francis. I am taking over for Caesar today. I'm being joined by Guru.
What's going on, y'all? One of the few LeBron ambassadors left.
That if
The other
you
one's
did not
across
have
from
a
me.
teacher, you would have learned these 26 alphabets.
And I am joined today by my good friend Jacob, or Chico
I
Rodriguez.
wish I knew how to quit you.
You don't get a drop yet. You get that.
It's okay. Maybe when I get around here more often, we'll see what happens.
So, and this is the Sneaker Box podcast with Sneaker Bar Detroit, a part of the Crep Protect family. What's the point of spending all that money on your shoes if you're not going to keep them clean long enough to get your money's worth? Practice safe stunting. Go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection. So, how's everybody doing?
I'm doing good.
Feeling refreshed.
All right, so we got that out the way. Eric, the cameras, are they going to be on or? Oh, look at that. I'm looking at the wrong screen.
That's a pretty sight right there.
I should not be sitting in this chair. All right, so we're going to get going with the Sneaker Box Fab 5 releases from the previous week.
The Fab Five.
Fab Five.
The Fab Five. The Fab Five. The Fab Five.
Top five, top five, top five.
Saw it in my dreams. 555.
This segment is brought to you by Sneaker Legends, Detroit's newest sneaker. This ain't really the newest. They've been around for a while. We're going to change that. Missed out on your favorite sneaker release? No problem. Just make your way down to the store located at 1033 Howard Street in Dearborn, Michigan. Or you can look up their inventory of the latest and greatest sneakers on their website at sneakerlegends.com. All right, so Caesar emailed me about 40 shoes to pick from 10 minutes before I got here.
What's the list?
It's a pretty extensive list. It's everything from some Y3s, some LeBrons, some Kobe's. It's a bunch of stuff to pick from. Narrow down the top 5. You guys know how we do.
Okay.
I tried to make everybody happy. I didn't get any LeBron there, so I know. Sorry, Guru.
It's all good, man.
Well, how do you guys feel about the 15?
You got it.
A little too far.
That's a you question, Guru.
Whenever I decide to upload my footage from SneakerCon, I kind of went into detail about it because Jack Slade had a pair and I was able to look at it. I mean, I like the 15. It's one of the first more fashionable ones you can wear off court.
Right.
I think that's why the more earlier models are like more coveted.
Mm-hmm.
Even just like Jordan's, his earlier model. Just that with the Jordan line is that his shoes were in the 90s and a little bit of 2000s,
Right.
late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So back then, all that they had was rubber soles, leather, suede.
Right.
So that's the same type of things I use on dress shoes. So it was more, you can wear it on and off the court.
Mm-hmm.
And as technology progressed, as you see later on after the 18s, 19s, 20s, those started to get a little bit less favorable.
Yep.
Just like the LeBron line, he kind of caught the end of that while technology was booming.
Oh, yeah.
So but after say the last fashionable, we would say fashionable LeBron was probably the
I'd say
sevens or eights. Yeah, the 10s were futuristic as far as materials, but it was you still get away with rocking them off the court. But I say like the 8s were the last ones that had the basic leather suede kind of combo.
Yeah, yeah. Because 7s really, outside of trimming, it wasn't really a lot.
So, so that's what The colorways were dope too. That pan up the toe, it was like remind you of that 11 feel though.
Is that 15 the one with the floral print that I liked?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's a collab.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
the
be
one.
trying hard to get those
Nah, that's the one I liked.
Yeah.
I didn't like the other two.
because you could even rock those without the laces.
Yeah.
And they would still look real nice because they got that zipper instead. Now on court ones, they look good, but that icy sole, I wish they could do away with that just so you can get more wear out of them.
Yeah.
You wear them twice outside and they start yellowing.
All right.
So what was your top 5, Francis?
All right, the top 5. Starting with number 5, we have the Size Asics Gel Light OG Japanese basketball.
Those are nice.
That is, I fucked up because that is, that was it's all fine. That was my bad. That is actually on screen. The Packer Shoes J. Crew Asics Gel Light. It was going to be an Asics either way.
Okay.
So that's what I got going with that. So let's scratch 5 like that never happened and go on to number 4. And that is not. There it is. Okay, so obviously I have to go with the Air Force One, the Saner
Yeah, those
Latino.
are fire.
Yeah, the LHM Latino Heritage Month Master Jaguar Saner Air Force One.
Those are nice.
Yeah, I'm a fan of those.
The
The
Jordan
ice
ones were
bottom.
nice too.
The Jordan ones that drop next week.
Yes.
Yes, those
Yes.
are dope. Those are dope. I'm gonna be trying for those. I tried for these yesterday.
You didn't get them?
No, the sneaker app like glitched or something. I might have 4 pairs coming.
You might have none. You might get 4. No, see, if they would have did a different sole on that, because I'm like on an icy sole strike. It's
That-
just
you know-
the fact that they overkill with that now.
So when I first saw this shoe, I was kind of thrown off by like the cheetah pony
Yeah.
hair deal, and then the same with the sole. And then but when you turn it around, you got like the Jaguar.
Yeah, because it's
Az-
meant to do the commemorating for like older Inca, Aztec stuff like that.
Exactly. So I feel like what they should have did instead of that clear iciness, they should have went with like a red ice.
Yeah.
So
Or they could even did like an emerald where it's like almost translucent.
Yeah.
You know, because it was all jade and everything in those kind of cultures. So if they could have really set something off, because they're clearly not really going with a certain color scheme.
no.
It could have been that kind of a wild style, and it could have really set it off.
Yeah.
Plus, you
that-
get more longevity.
yeah. I'm like, I mean, I jumped on it.
It's still a fire shoe.
Yeah, actually, I checked out 3 times on sneaker apps, and then when it didn't work out, I went straight to eBay, and I did what I'm very against is paying over retail.
Yeah, because they're going like 160 right now.
I paid $160 for them.
Yep,
Retail is $150.
Yep. So
And
it's not too much. I mean, it's not like you got taxed. Where it was just surprising. I thought those were going for like 100, 120.
I might grab a around that price. I might grab a pair. I've been, me being a manager at a shoe store, I've actually been spending more money on eBay than with my discount at my store.
I love eBay now. There was a point where everyone dogged it, but nowadays it's like the promised land because with
Yeah.
StockX, all those other ones.
Yeah, people have strung away, so people who selling there have to drop their
Exactly.
prices.
Yeah.
Like I've been cleaning up on LeBrons like left and right, especially with the Yeezy wave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
everyone's
Yeah,
trying
so
to
with
say
the
Yeezy
Yeezy
Wave.
waves, everything. Jordan started to slip, and LeBron
Well-
prices slipped.
Those OG first games right there, I paid 170 for.
I paid $220 for my OGs. My soul's separated though. I gotta get them fixed, but
Yeah, I gotta.
and I was like, I'm not paying $500 on StockX for the retro pair,
Exactly.
which is not even like all the way OG-ish. When I can
Nope.
get the original pair for half of that.
Oh yeah, and it's even dead stock pairs are going for maybe 300, 350 of the OGs, whereas the retail of the new one came at what 200, 220, and it's shooting up to 6. At least resale was it when it first came out. Now it's settled at about 4 or 5.
Champagne Diabetes on YouTube did say, though, the soles will match that print after a few months. And he might be right.
Actually, that's a good point. That is a good point. If you let them age right, instead of just, where people sit in puddles or something, so you get that weird discoloration.
Yeah, but I still think to go with the Jaguar thing, I think like a blood red sole,
Absolutely.
ice blood red sole would have been real good. So, all right, we're moving on to number 3, which is the Nike Kyrie 3 University Red.
I like those.
I went with them because I like red. Naturally.
Well, it's a different style, too.
The suede was all right. I felt them in person at Foot Locker yesterday. Actually, this probably be the last Kyrie model I buy, and everybody knows why. But
Yeah.
I gotta actually, I'm gonna do a performance review today. I bought the kind of like the navy blue Cavs one with the gold swoosh with the gun bottom.
Oh yeah, I like
Yeah,
that one.
so I got those are on sale at my job for $80. So I grabbed them and I'm hooping them today.
See, I can say I've never hooped in these.
The Kyrie 2s are okay to hoop. That shoe can be taken to the next level if they just give it like a full length zoom air.
Oh yeah.
That and the Paul George, and they like Paul George got in the 4-foot. It's not so much in the heel, but it's not as bad because that because of that 5-line midsole. But
Okay.
So I don't own a pair of the Kyrie 3s or whatever. Like I'm looking at a picture of the sole now with the what are these, pressure points or something like that?
Yeah, because I guess where you cut
That
These
are
a
like
cutter
the
shoe.
red and yellow and stuff like that. Is
yeah,
that-
plus he drags his foot. Him
Yeah.
and Chris Paul dragged his foot on crossovers.
Yeah, because if you notice why the sole actually comes up some, because when they do that turn in their foot, because they're doing the little crossover.
I don't know any of that. I don't what.
plus they rock their foot on crossovers.
Yep.
So
So it's meant to give them that traction.
This is all basketball related, and I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's okay.
Should I leave you two alone to discuss this?
no, right.
But you said you got a chance to hold them in that suede on the
It
back
was-
of
it
that.
was okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you can live without it.
It's like a nice quilted look to it too.
Yeah. All right. So number 2 is the Nike Kith Air Pippin. I don't know how you guys feel about those.
The Pippins were nice.
I like the animal print one more than just the horsehair, because clearly Kith. I mean, I have my certain opinion about him.
You do?
He's clearly a good concept artist where it comes to colorways.
He's good at concepts, period. We discussed that with the Coca-Cola.
Right, but it's come to terms where he calls himself, what is it, a designer?
I can't go
Exact-
into that
I
so-
think I have a bitter thing about the designer thing. Like I can't say well he does or doesn't if I'm not there. If someone like even though you're designed like you like when somebody you were in school right they gave you a coloring book.
Right.
It was the picture was already designed. You just colored, it, but
Exactly.
you still consider coloring even though the work was met you halfway. The same thing with here. One I appreciate about him is that when he has his opportunity, he doesn't go for the latest trendy shoes. He actually digs in the vault.
True.
Or the people who really true Nike fans, he attacks shoes with nostalgia.
Right.
So this is my favorite Pippen. So I gravitate towards this shoe because it's Pippen. You know, I love that's the first Pippen shoe. I remember the Silent Assassin commercial.
Right.
And then the little Hypebeast kids, they get drawn to it because it's a new Ronnie Feg shoe.
Right.
And then now they'll once they grab a pair of this, it's like, oh man, let me go look at some more Pippen tools, and they'll go back and get other colorways.
Now,
And that is smart.
How much liberty do you think Nike gives him to select the model? Because I've heard from different people before that Nike not forces, but they kind of sway you towards certain models.
I
give you a
think
select option,
he's built so much. I think he's done so much without Nike that Nike guess kind of has to give him that. Because I heard with the Lennon Air Force Ones, I think Mayer said some of it was true, some of it was not. That he said, "Yo, I want this Air Force One. If it ain't this quality like it was back in the day, then you can keep it." You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I just think that from the models he's picking, I don't think they're kind of swaying him to do this because if they gave him the up tempo, I was like, yeah, Nike made you do that because of tempo.
They're pushing the shit out of those.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Those are type of things. But when these type of shoes and then the Air Maestro 2s, and you actually kind of redid it, because they don't usually touch him and Virgil, the only people that actually get to deconstruct a Nike silhouette. You know?
Right. Because he added the zipper on the side, and then did he change the lacing system? on
Yeah,
the other
and he
one?
got a little shroud too. The regular Maestro 2s don't have a shroud in it.
Okay.
You actually have like a Huarache shroud inside.
So before I put this list together, I had never actually seen the black one because apparently everyone's favorite is the cheetah print, the cheetah one.
Well,
Like-
this one I saw surface not even a week ago, where it came with like pictures of the newest, the black pony hair that you're talking about.
Yeah, I'd never seen. I didn't even know. That was like when I first pulled this picture. I was like, I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah.
I like those.
It's supposed to be a two-piece because
Yeah.
it's like the 15 when that comes out.
Mhm.
It's going to be the floral print that we like, and then there's supposedly just like a black pair.
What's a
white
navy
sole.
blue pair too?
Oh, then it's three.
Yeah, navy blue would go.
So which one, if any, would you guys be going after, and why?
The Pippins?
Yeah.
I would say the cheetah print, just because it's a little bit more out there.
Uh,
I don't really have too many obnoxious pairs, so this would be.
I like
something
I like
add
the
to it.
little red air bubbles or whatever the hell that was on the black
I
one.
would say probably I like the black ones. The cheetah print ones I like the black one more so, especially going into the fall time.
Yeah, cheetah print's definitely a summer shoe.
So, all right, so number 1, we already know what's going to be. It is. Oh, we forgot about the drummer. I should not be here. The Air Jordan 5. This blue, suede blue.
He's in the building.
Oh damn!
Homie. What's going on?
Made it just in time at the end of this top 5 lift that Caesar let me put together, which was.
Nah, it's good. You did all right.
I do.
You did
I
good.
mean,
You're holding it together.
Yeah.
all right, I did. I mean, there was, a couple shoes. The number.
Hey!
Oh,
Look at me.
that's right. In case anyone forgot.
Look at me. Sure. I'm the captain now.
That's how we're running this ship. MJ is in the studio. Good morning.
What's up, guys?
Not much is going on.
So, all right, number 1. What do you guys think of it? How'd I do?
It's a cool show. I liked it. It sold out. It sold out really well. I'm happy for it.
How was the quality on it? I didn't get a chance to.
It was just like the red ones. It was fair.
I haven't
hair,
held
right?
them in head.
Huh?
Is that pony hair?
No, I'm talking about
No, that was
Blue
number 2.
Fives, The Kiss. Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, they was straight. They did sell out in grade school a lot, and a lot of places didn't get them.
Yeah,
but
right.
I feel
would
like I
have to
had
see
to
them
put
in
this at number 1.
Yeah, they sold well. I sold out infant, preschool, grade school, and men's.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, everything sold out. I got my grade school late, but after the grade school came in, it sold out in about 36 hours too. So.
That's quick considering Jordan releases nowadays.
Right.
Was it just like so you said it was just like the red one just dyed blue?
Yeah. But people when the red ones came out, they were itching for these right before the release of the red ones. So.
I liked how some people were turning them into the original Raging Bull with a little bit of a custom.
Man, I love that original Raging Bull.
Mm-hmm. I
That
remember I skipped school with my buddy. He had went and picked up the pack midday, and then we came back and rocked them.
That whole pack.
Down the middle, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, I could never do that. I never found anyone that liked the same thing I did in my size.
Yeah. Well, the 3 ampere was so much more delicate too.
I thrashed my 3 ampere. My 3 ampere turned into a winter boot. I have it sitting right now at like the bottom of a closet, just like piss yellowed and
holding up the rest of the boxes.
It's bad. My red one got stolen.
Oh, he had his whole collection cleared out. It was awful. He had like all the DMP packs, all that stuff.
Yeah, I was in the middle of a move and I had a bunch of stuff in the trailer, and I had it looked like I got evicted, so all my shit was in the trash bag, and someone just like busted in and just took the trash bag with the J's in it.
Man,
like they totally I had like Louis in there, and I had other stuff like I had some Gucci shoes. But they took the J's.
But you just had to
Was
sit
that when?
outside?
No, it was the way everything, because the way I have like OCD, so everything's organized a certain way in my closet, so I have like all my Jordans together and stuff like that. So when I was moving, that's the way I pulled them down and organized them in the box, and those boxes were double box, so I only was able to get like 2 or 3 of them in a trash bag.
Mm-hmm.
So they all just went into the trailer like that, and I had it parked outside of my mom's house. And when I went in there the next day, it was like that was the only bag gone. And I happen to have my 3Ms on, so that's why I still have them.
Mm-hmm.
But my old love, new loves were gone.
That was a good pack.
That was a
The
great
quality
pack.
on those ones were real.
Yeah, I missed that pack.
The leather on those, because the Celtic pair was. Oh no, you're talking about the one with the yellow and black.
Yeah.
And then the red. Okay.
You're talking about like the Bull Celtic.
Yeah.
one. I still have that one.
Yeah, that was a good pack too.
My old love, new loves, my red Raging Bulls, but I refuse to pay. What are people ask for that? Like $500-$600 for that Raging Blue.
Well,
Yeah.
all those collision packs are
For the single shoe, yeah, they could suck all parts of mine. So I'm not playing those games, even though I love that shoe. But I still got my 3 ampere, and I wear it sometimes and just look like a homeless person.
Something.
What?
What's going on up here?
Oh, he brought some show and tell stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so this was because Guru was gonna make. A
So I was like, come in, Guru. We need to impress Guru. I gotta.
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah, go for it.
Those is in your hand. Those are Christ the King high school 3s.
Yeah, that's one of the shoes that he sponsors the high school for.
Yeah, that Fairfax, and I think there's one other one.
Well, his St. Vincent St. Mary that he still supports, which is the other white pair.
Guru loves LeBron.
I'm a huge fan too. I mean,
yes.
after he did what he did to us back in 05, that's when I really started paying attention, because it was, we were so much of that dynasty back then where we were just a defense.
I tell people,
He didn't do anything to
I have
me
to
back
feel
in
like
05. What did he do?
my connection, even some of the kids, people I grew up with, went to graduate from high school with, and I actually talked about this with Steph_Smitty, is that we like LeBron so much because LeBron graduated the year before me.
Okay.
So it's like in my 12th grade year, I was seeing, if almost like felt one of my classmates is like 18 years old.
Right,
he's hooping,
right.
he's balling. And he came to Detroit, or I think Renaissance played him. I think Manny Harris or something. I think he played LeBron and them, and LeBron with the work. But it's just like that was like one of us making an NBA. You know what I'm saying? Then then the way he situated his friends.
That relativity.
Yep. Those. Then he he's still married to the woman he went to prom with. Those type of things you got to be like.
Oh,
they ain't coming from a single parent household. You know what I'm saying? So those things were like. That's a guy who, like, he could came from any black neighborhood and made it, and still it does charitable work. So it's like, how can I not respect that?
That's the quote unquote American dream, because
Yeah,
you got a guy who came from nothing, literally made an entire
and put a whole every black person dream. Of course, is making and providing for their family. Is putting your city on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Every Detroit artist, whatever it is, like anybody from anywhere, Jay, Nas, it's about putting your city on.
From.
Yeah, so.
No, that's definitely one of the guys that are more up there as far as respect, because you get all these athletes, they do great things on the court, off the field, or on the court, they're great, but off the court, they may not be so great. This guy, he's almost flawless in his records off the court as far as what he's done with his family, his charities. I know overseas they love him more than anything in most cases. I think, the Philippines, he has his own court.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stuff like that, it's great, because he's definitely created a global name for himself.
Well, that's the same with like the whole court thing. Like, I think Carmelo, he has there's a basketball court in San Juan, Puerto Rico that, like, I was down there, not for that, but when I was down there, they had a big, like, cutting the ribbon of it and stuff like that. And it was like, it's a really nice basketball court. And I was like, wow.
Is he partially Puerto Rican?
I've looked. I feel like it might have been that Lala isn't, right? Like,
yeah, Lala. I think she is.
So it might be that. And funny story about that same weekend when I was there, I think I had saw both of them walking out of a Morton Steakhouse, and all I thought was like, that is the tallest Puerto Rican I've seen. I had no idea who it was. And my wife was like, I think that's that basketball player we saw earlier. And I was like, no, I said, tallest Puerto Rican I've seen out here, and damn, that girl's hot. And I had no idea. We were just walking down the street. I was like, wow, I'm just so out of it.
If you watch Power, you can see plenty of her.
I've watched that clip a couple times. The couple of those clips.
Oh, she's like every other episode.
I mean, I think
I've watched the clips a couple times.
Just knowing how 50 Cent is, bro, I feel like right when that situation happened between them, he took the perfect opportunity to write those type of scenes in for her. I think that, because remember, those scenes happened like maybe 2-3 weeks, bro, around that time period where they were going through. I'm pretty sure it was recorded before. I'm pretty sure that him being a part of the show, he knew what was going on with them before we did.
Right.
So I think that was the perfect time.
Well, for her to do that when they were having their ups and downs was still kind of, her choice. But at the end of the day, it wasn't helping the situation, knowing they were such a fragile part of their relationship.
Yeah, but man, it's tough. I mean, look at D-Wade. When you watch, what was that, Being Mary Jane?
Yeah.
She has some scenes in there too. It's like, man, you just slobbed all on this dude, and you got like kissing wise, right? And then you come home, and even dating an actress is hard, because you're like, hey, baby, my work was great. It's like,
well, was it confirmed with D-Wade and the other kid like thing?
Yeah, so it takes a lot of trust though. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so there's touching on the on off court stuff. It's not on this list, but at some point today, I want to get your guys' opinion on that whole Cam Newton thing. But before we get to that, I saw you roll your eyes, and I saw you do this. I saw everyone's face, but we got to get to the ugliest release of the. We got to get out of the stuff, because if Caesar finds out we didn't do this, I'm ignoring his calls all week. But brought to you by Sneakerheads Clothing Line. Sometimes the right pair of laces and accessories can make or add to a shoe. If you feel like your sneakers are missing that extra something, they'll take them from 9.5 to a 10. Head on over to Sneakerheads Clothing Line and find that missing something. You can follow them on Instagram at sneakerheads_clothing_line. And just say what up to Jason. He's a good guy.
Let me guess this sneaker, right?
Oh, yeah, guess it.
This is the low top 350 KD 10 Ultra Boost Light.
You forgot Quick Strike.
Yeah, that Quick Strike, yeah.
I would assume it's an Adidas based off the sole.
We're all taking guesses when it's very... we're all taking guesses. You want to take a stab at it?
I was saying it's
Adidas. This is a Reebok 58 Bright Street DMX Alpha 10. Say
let me see the soda shoe, because you already know I'm a DMX 10 guy. Hold on, let me see this. Go down.
I actually like them on foot. I like them a lot on foot.
Wait, go back to the on-foot pick. Because I honestly haven't even seen
There you
those.
go.
Yeah, they do look a lot better when it's filled out. That lacing system's different.
Yeah, I wear those.
So I fucked up on that. So the other shoe on this list would have been that Amber Rose.
Oh, that was trash.
It's trash. Right? I mean, it's in the ugly honorable mention too.
Honorable mention.
Yeah, there's
They want
also a,
300 for the shoe?
what, huh?
They want 300 for the shoe?
For this shoe?
No, for Amber Rose.
That thing was $250.
That's too much.
Yeah,
You'd be lucky to get it for 50.
I mean it's gonna hit the outlet.
Oh, of course.
But they're doing this because they're bringing back the OG Run DMX 10s. They're on our release day calendar, the 2 OG colors. I had the white, blue, and cherry ones.
Okay.
And I beat those, but I definitely got to get those back. Those were very comfortable.
I hate typing in the name of this shoe because it's just makes me sound
Move up.
yeah fucking remedial. Yeah, it's $250.
It kind of looks like, what were those Rihanna shoes? The Fenties?
These?
Yeah. Oh,
Like
that's a
the
Vibram
sole?
sell too.
No.
Yeah,
That's
sole.
where
That's where the
60
money is
that's
right
what
there.
the $100 of the shoe at. The
I never
sole.
realized that sole was Vibram. That's it's a bad shoe, man.
There.
Is it
The
too late to
box
go?
is dope. Don't get me wrong.
Where's
The
the
box
box?
was amazing.
Oh, there it is.
But I just, no.
What's the 5411? Is that the model?
Nah, that's not the model. I don't know what the 50.
Is that her track record for the year?
No.
Is that the amount of time she's been married in 11 years?
54
I'm not
cases,
sure.
11 close calls.
Got a lot of
What's and then so that was an ugly honorable mention. I also this shoe.
Those
So-
giant tassels for laces, too.
Well, they were the Amber Rose ones.
Yeah,
Those were also they had like jewels or something on them too.
got you.
Like which is I don't know.
Like, that was my biggest beef with, like, Supreme Air Force Ones, was those heavy tassels, because your shoelaces would always come undone.
Yes. And this was also ugly honorable mention.
Yeah, that could have been
This-
put out.
An Adidas Alpha Bounce Mid Petrol Night. I mean, it's for $110 too.
No.
No, you don't like that?
Is it a water shoe?
It could be.
I will say, what is it? They're Crazy Lights. Those look pretty nice in certain colorways. There was this Vegas special that they released.
Or the Crazy Explosive.
Crazy
Yeah,
Explosive.
yeah.
That's what those are. Yeah. They had did a Vegas version. I think it was for a
For
certain tournament. It wasn't the All-Star game, I don't think.
I think for the past about 12 to 18 months, that was like the best hooping shoe. That
Yeah,
Crazy Explosive.
I've heard great things about it. I haven't tried them on
So
yet.
the 32s, I heard making a market. I'm waiting to hear about these bronze, but that and the 32s are like the top shoes of hooping right now.
This also was on the list that Caesar gave me to add for the ugliest, and I didn't see it. This is the opening ceremony Vans.
I wear the orange ones.
Looked like your feet would sweat.
The open,
Way
yeah,
too
well,
much.
because they're patent leather.
I
Right.
powder them down to death.
Oof. Got the ashy ankles.
What
This is the
Sesame Street
cookout pack right
What's
here.
that?
What pack is
This is the opening ceremony Vans slip-on patent pack. This is one of the shoes that Caesar put on the list for ugly contender, and I just
that certain things, man, is just classic. Just leave it how it is, bro. Like patent
You
leather
don't like these?
Vans, patent leather Vans, no. That's like making suede rain boots.
Yeah.
It's completely defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
I like them.
Well, you like Vans. I'm not really the biggest fan. The soles.
I like them. I just don't like these. You know what these remind me of, man? You know, I went to when I
This is
used
the
to
cookout pack right here.
That's not even the cookout pack. It was just that, like, certain shoes are tied to different ethnic communities. Like us as
Tell us
African
more.
Americans, it's Jordans, Air Force Ones, right, and like Nike signature shoes. And then like Vans were more of the Caucasian suburban kids skateboarding shoes. You know what I'm saying? To SBs.
Yes,
came
did you
along.
call me?
To SBs came along. And
Those
then
are
this right here,
fine-
it was this kid.
Fine-looking shoes, I must say.
I was in kindergarten. I remember this
Flip
like
a
I was
burger
yesterday.
nose.
I stayed in Madison Heights, and I used to knock on this kid's door because we used to catch the bus together. And he used to come out with like, I guess the male version of the Hello Kitty stuff for the boys, and he used to have these type of shoes on every single time, the checkered ones. Just like that's so it's like every time I see that, it's almost like
The PacSun special.
Yeah, or people used to come in at Red Lobster sometimes, like Karate Kids. They used to wear these. Like, it's
Yeah.
just-
Well, I know a lot of weightlifters will wear Vans because it's just flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that kind of stuff I can understand. But for me walking, I need a bit of an arch.
Nah, Vans are date shoes. Like, hey, throw these on for 2 hours.
Are they really date shoes, or are they just like
It's like a
whatever you
fake
got
boat shoe.
laying, like what you already got laying?
No, like
around?
date shoes. Like, I'm about to go on a date. These look
Right.
sweet. I'm about to throw them on. It's not too gym shoey like this.
Right.
So I'm about to throw them on for 2.5 hours, and then.
I kind of like these.
No, I like other Vans, just not these rubber duckies.
When I see, so when I first did it, I initially saw the first picture with all of them in whatever this car is, and I was like, they don't look too bad. And then I start going through the actual shots, and I'm like, hey, these are kind of like
That's your
rain
foot.
shoes.
That's your go back up. That camo pants. That's your on foot shot right there. I know that's you.
That's me. That is exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Right
Is old boy wearing white socks?
No, I think he's just real pale.
Nah, that's his socks, bro.
No, that's skin.
That's skin.
That's a little. That's a
I mean,
bright.
we can't tell really
That's-
because of the effect, but
But that is, I don't know.
So that's, I know what a white. I mean, okay, whatever.
Tell us more.
I was just gonna say I know what a white sock looked like.
Is that a white sock?
No, it doesn't look like a white sock.
That's
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. That's a. Oh, okay. So he's just that pale.
yeah. I mean, my feet don't ever see daylight,
Oh no, never that.
so
Never.
I could sympathize. I'm a light Mexican.
You're like that like that bright white.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you take a flash picture and
just
my
reflection.
forehead might give you a bit of a backflash.
Damn.
Yeah.
White. So, all right, we're gonna keep on moving. I think we're gonna cut to a commercial. Can we do that? All right, let's get that going so I can regroup and figure out where to take this train wreck.
Barry White Ranger here. You all know that I entertain a great deal, and when I'm out and trying to make my best impression, my ensemble is never complete without a really great pair of sneaks. Like me, you can keep your kicks in the best shape possible, simply with Crep. Just a spray or two of Crep, a quick brushing, and voila. Yeah, that was French. And my sneaks are protected from spaghetti, or a fine bottle of Chianti, or even a splash of mud while I help my special lady out of her chariot as we make our way back to my humble abode. You may not entertain as much as I have the opportunity to, but when you do, make sure that what you got on your feet looks its best, with Crep. Take it from Barry White Ranger. You won't be sorry, and neither will she.
You are now listening to the Sneaker Box podcast.
The voice of sneaker culture.
Bringing soul to the airwaves.
This is Kate Fagan, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box podcast on Sneaker Bar Detroit.
No, we just take stickers.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, we're back. All right, we're back. So we got a couple of news articles here brought to you by 89 Manufacturing Co. 89, where quality meets design. Check out their collection of sneaker-based apparel by going to their website at 89.com. Make sure to use promo code TSBP to save yourself an extra 20% off of your purchase. So I have a article here about some flip-flops featuring contradictory Trump tweets side by side. In an article written by Elsie Wanchel for the Huffington Post, thanks to President Flip-Flops, you can now put Donald Trump's contradictory tweets side by side. The company has created flip-flops that features Trump's old tweets side by side with some of his more recent tweets that say the exact opposite. Their site currently has 3 options. First, Syria. One shoe reads, again, to our very foolish leader, do not attack Syria. If you do, many very bad things will happen. And from that fight, the U.S. gets nothing. And on the other shoe, it reads, congratulations to our great military, men and women, for representing the United States and the world so well in the Syria attack. Next is the Electoral College. One shoe reads, the Electoral College is a disaster for democracy. The other shoe says the Electoral College is actually genius, in that it brings all the states, including the smaller ones, into play. Campaigning is much different. And finally,
Stop right there.
Did I fuck up?
No.
Did I what?
How does Electoral College bring all states together, even the small ones, when the smaller states with less population have a small Electoral College vote? So people campaigning don't really go to Delaware or other states like that. They go to Texas, California, and like swing states like Ohio because they have high electoral colleges, or like they're usually a tipping point in their last 2 elections. So how? Go ahead.
We're talking flip flops.
I'm just saying what was on the flip flops.
Flip-flops.
I was just like, that just baffled me. Like, man, you don't gotta be smart. You don't gotta be smart to be a leader now, man.
We got flip flops.
Go ahead, man.
Finally, the third choice is sources, where one shoe reads, "Remember, don't believe sources said." What? By the very dishonest media, if they don't name the sources don't exist. But on the other shoe, it reads, "An extremely credible source has called my office and told me that Barack Obama's birth certificate is a fraud." The president's flip-flop site, which uses the tagline, "Going back on your word, one step at a time," sells the flip-flops for $27.99. President Flip-Flops also claimed that 10% of their proceeds goes towards the ACLU. I'm copping heavy. What you guys?
I just don't want to. I will get them for the purpose that it serves, but
$27.99.
It's just the promotion that you're giving him, the free advertisement when you wear them. It's just,
Well, I've seen like the toilet paper with his face on it. That stuff's probably better marketable.
I would purchase that.
My girl actually has a roll.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But $27.99 for what assuming is probably some flip flops made.
That'd be my sneaker con house shoes. Everybody know I buy a new pair of flip flops.
I'm wearing Heelys.
So
I got like a fresh pair of
no,
Skechers.
you gonna wear some motherfuckers. The motherfuckers. That's gonna be for your slut walk. For your slut walk. That's what you gonna have it for your Amber Rose slut walk.
All right. So
no
looks
disrespect to you being as a woman. That's
Who? What?
No, I don't have that. That doesn't concern me in any type of genre.
No, I'm sure because she has that. She just had that slut walk and she had 21 Savage holding up the sign.
Yeah.
Where he says, "I'm a hoe."
Yeah, that's like, bro.
He looked like he was in the sunken place from Get Out.
Well, let me ask you
Because
this.
her sign had said something, so he was like pretty much correlating.
But my attendance would, if I was him, my attendance and me rallying behind you would be your support.
But you
Yeah,
gotta look
like
at,
to
you know
hold
what
the
I'm saying? You gotta
poster.
look at who it is, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't have.
He's
it.
young.
Exactly.
He got caught by the cougar.
She about to pop out another baby.
Is that?
It's a baby.
And so in the words of Plies,
It's a trap.
And Plies, that look got some power.
All right. So it looks like we have a phone call. I'm not sure what I have to do in here. Do I just say, "Hey, we had a phone call"?
Yeah, hello?
What's going on?
Hello?
Hey, Dexter.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? From Dexter, from Arlington, Virginia. I just wanted to tell you guys that you guys are doing an awesome job. Caesar is horrible. You guys should just get rid of him. He's bringing the show down.
Wow.
You guys are killing it.
Thanks,
and I just wanted to call and tell you guys. And I appreciate what you guys do for your bodies. And the show is still real to me, damn it.
Thank you,
All
Dexter.
right, we appreciate it, man. I think Caesar's not going nowhere though. He holds his show down.
Did you not hear the beginning?
You guys,
Look at me now. Look at me. I am the captain. I am the captain now.
You guys should definitely get rid of Caesar. You should definitely get rid of Caesar. He is not good for the show.
We changed the
knows
locks.
nothing what he's talking about.
This is
Yeah.
Caesar.
We actually changed the locks.
Hey! Look at me, sure.
Look
at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Damn right, you don't forget.
Gotta keep the fingers to the eyes.
I got it. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah,
I'm losing like 200 pounds
Caesar,
just to
though.
get.
I think this is Caesar.
It is Caesar.
Huh?
It is Caesar.
It is Caesar.
Y'all know me better than that. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know it's him.
Gotta get a little closer for Dexter to hear you.
Oh, what's up, Dexter?
Hey, how you doing?
You know my name?
I think it's MJ, right?
Yeah, that's me.
M Jizzle.
M Jizzle. So how's the
birthday party?
Dexter, how's the birthday party going? When we spoke earlier, this is Caesar. Actually. When we spoke earlier.
No. This is Dexter.
No.
This is Dexter from Arlington, Virginia.
No, this is definitely Caesar. You might be confused because when we spoke earlier, I think you were sucking in helium out of balloons.
Oh, is the helium gone?
It is.
Yeah, the helium is
gone.
Oh, okay. I thought I had a higher pitched voice then. Okay, so
No, you mean,
I heard something different through my own ears.
You still get the crep though, so I'll need your address.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, bet. All right, so I just like deliver it to myself?
Yeah. If you could, we need you to go to the post office and mail it to yourself. We need you to pay for that postage.
I just put my own address on it.
Or you can stop at TSA and pick up all the crap they confiscated from me.
Oh my God! Like I don't even know how you thought you was gonna get away with that though. Like really,
I got like I'm like 50% now, 2 for 4 now.
That's when you show up on time. Like the times you do show up on time, when you got to go through TSA.
I go through the TSLA, the late TSA, where they stop you for extra 10 minutes for being late. How the party?
It's like they see you running late, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna add 10 minutes to this trip."
They got the grueling pre-check.
No, you guys are. No, seriously though, you guys are doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job. Like I was nervous at first.
I'm still nervous. I went through this top 5, and I think I did fairly well.
Did you get yelled at by Guru?
Did I get yelled at by Guru?
No, I did not. Nope.
You
Wait, you actually picked out good shoes.
I did.
So it's just me.
It might just be you, yeah.
Yeah, because what happens is you be eating Panda Express when you pick up the top 5, and sometimes that orange chicken sauce drip on top of LeBron's and you don't see it, or it might smear on top of the sweet Jordans that you don't like, the retro 11s, 12s, something like that. So now, Caesar, he has water, so even if it spills, he can still see the shoe. So he's good.
You know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm just gonna highlight the shoes I like with the shirt you was wearing in Atlanta, and then
no problem. Then we're gonna take it and we're gonna take that my yellow shirt and we're gonna flag down any cars next time our van gets stopped. Well, that's cool.
Oh, okay. Okay.
With your daughter, bro. That's what's up, man. Birthday parties.
So how's the birthday party going?
No, it's going right now. I'm still picking up supplies and whatnot, but family first.
No problem. I know how that is, man. That's 3 things that's hard in life, man. It's birthday parties for kids and potty training, bro.
I will say this though, because I don't want to take up too much time from the show.
No,
you guys are killing it. But I will say I appreciate you guys coming in and stepping up, taking care of the show for me so I can take care of my daughter on her birthday. So appreciate it. Love y'all.
What's on the menu today?
I better be having pizza.
Is it pizza?
Pizza and cake, pretty much. I mean,
they got ice cream with the cake, bro. That's a Guru fact.
This is
you have
a
to
tasty
eat
burger.
ice cream
I'm taking
with
on the
cake.
Cold Stone. Like, dude, I mean, come on now.
It's a Cold Stone cake?
Oh, ooh.
Oh, wait, there you go.
I know, ooh.
Cold Stone cake.
And I'm taking on the CJ Barrymore's. I'm taking like 20 kids to CJ Barrymore's after the party.
Did you get your invite, Guru?
No, I didn't.
Is it MJ? Did you get your invite to the?
You just bring some cake back.
It might just be in the spam
I forgot how far east you stay when you said you going to CJ Barrymore. That's how far east you stay.
Did White Ranger? Did you get your invite?
I did. It's for the country club, right?
Yes, exactly.
We're having this. Yeah, it's
8-year-old birthday party at a golf club.
Yes, and loafers are optional or required.
So are pants.
Just make sure if you have a Disney princess.
No, that's not allowed. Not allowed.
just tell White Ranger to wait till after she's fulfilled her 2-hour duties.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you remember that story? You remember that story? Oh my God! Yeah, y'all gotta have White Ranger tell you the story if you've not heard it.
Can White Ranger go with 10
off
miles
the show,
of the kid's
though.
birthday party?
Off the show.
Off the show, though.
Off the show. We don't want to lose our Under Armour deal.
The next, the next sneaker con that White Ranger is at, you have to come up to him and ask him, what's the story with the Disney princesses?
Yeah, he would tell you the story with the Food Network voice.
Oh my God! All right, but I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta still pick up some supplies. You guys continue on with the show. I'll let y'all.
All right, peace, man.
Food Network.
So, all right, that was Dexter from Arlington, Virginia. If you want to call and harass us, the number is 1-888-7. There is way too many numbers in that. What the hell am I looking at? All right, it's 888-799-5267. The number on the screen was 7989-526. That was way too many numbers. I'm like Ron Burgundy. Anything you put on the screen, I just read. All right, so I forgot what else we were going to go to do, but the Cam Newton thing. It's not on this list, but I want to get your guys' opinion on that. So everyone listening must know what Cam Newton said.
Wednesday, right?
Yes. He had said something that I didn't quite fully understand the remark because I don't really follow football like that.
To break it down, it was basically there was a woman reporter, and she asked him a very in-depth question about an intensity of routes and how he felt about it. So Cam Newton just simply replied, he laughs and then he goes, I wouldn't expect a question about routes coming from a woman. And granted, it was very misogynistic if you took it for face value, but you got to understand Cam Newton is a very awkward individual when it comes to interviews. I don't remember him having actually a good one, and it's not to give him any pass or anything like that, but at the same time, I feel like as a common communication between a man and a woman when it comes to sports, anytime she drops good knowledge, it's always kind of like the social norm to be like, whoa, that's impressive or surprising, stuff like that. And the fact that he said what normal people would actually think, the fact that it got blown out of proportion the way it did, I feel like is kind of extra.
I feel like this is my thoughts on it.
Lost one of his sponsors.
But it was Dan and Yogurt. So
I think we have
Yogurt.
we have the actual clip, right?
Probably pays well. Too.
Yeah,
funny to hear a female talk about routes, like.
Yeah, no, the way he went about it, it was definitely rough.
But fun is coming along, man. We're gonna.
So that's what he had said.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like it could have been come from three angles. One, it could have been insensitive or being women routes. I guess that's what they call them. I guess when women get multiple people.
Right.
But secondly, it was like, or dismissing of her knowledge of the game, or it's rare that I get a question like from a woman about routes.
And
so that's
like
why it's just three things. We don't know, but we have to take it for everybody had their kind of take on it. My only issue is that he's wrong. He apologized. Is that this actually has more consequence than when Riley Cooper said at a concert, an Eagles football player, that he was going to beat some N-words up, and got a contract extension after that.
Yeah. Oh, it's
you know
all
what I'm saying?
based
So
on
it's just
preference and
like
what you're trying to
so
promote.
you telling me that when it comes to rights in this country, it goes just not from how we feel, just from how the consequences are pertaining to each situation, that it goes LGBT, it goes women, and then African Americans. Actually, sometimes dog got better rights. Look at Michael Vick's situation.
Oh, yeah.
Dogs and then African Americans. So it's like treat every situation the same. If that was an LGBT person, if that was an African American person, if it was a woman, give all of them the same consequence.
No,
that's how I feel when you got the NFL just kills me. You can't say we're going to drop our sponsorship from you, but you sponsor the Redskins, which is like we know what the Redskins mean.
Oh yeah, and they're refusing to change it too. That's the crazy thing.
So it's like, come on, bro. It's just like that's insensitive. He gets his punishment. He made his apology. But
he made his apology, but it wasn't really directly towards her. It was like an all around.
Yeah, that's because everybody took offense. Because everybody took offense to it. So that's why I think he must. If she got mad and went on to do the interview, I think went more direct. I'm pretty sure he called her. But I feel like because everybody took offense to it, every woman, it got way bigger. Here's the crazy thing about this too, though, is that there aren't a lot of women reporting on ESPN during the normal days, right? But then when a woman gets offended, they bring all the women out to First Take and everything else. Is like, well, you're kind of part of the problem too, because the only time you bring her on is when a woman gets offended. But on a day during the NBA Finals, WNBA Finals, do you have that same amount of women then?
Well, plus they don't really have a lot of women like color commentators where it's going to be somebody that can dissect an actual play of anything, or they'll always have like an ex-player, stuff like that. So it kind of discredits when a woman would come into the picture and ask good questions.
Even like when there's when the Kaepernick kneel, when someone said the N-word, they bring all that Black African Americans onto the panel to talk about it. It's like, bring them all the time. Don't just bring them when there's a issue where we have to explain how we feel. Bring it all the time.
Oh yeah.
So that's my only thing about it. He was wrong. He said his apology, whatever. If the woman forgave him, then we should forgive him, or whatever the case may be. So I just feel like if that warranted this consequence, being racist should do the same thing, and with the LGBT, it said like, okay, if you make offensive comments towards the LGBT, then you're gonna lose your sponsorship. You do it towards women, you're gonna lose your sponsorship. You do it towards African Americans, well, we're just gonna give you a little bit of space until it dies down. It shouldn't be like that.
Oh, facts.
That's all I'm saying.
Well,
when it
look
comes
at
to
everything that's happening in the NFL. Roger Goodell is questionably
Probably
one of the
the
most
worst.
controversial workers in the NFL in general, and he's at the head. So when you got somebody that's supposed to be the judge, jury, and executioner in these penalties, and he favors based off of whatever preferences behind closed doors, I mean, people see it completely different in the public. You look at the Kaepernick lockout. Clearly, this guy should have had a job by now if it was really what the NFL is about. You got other guys that are being brought in from some
Terrible,
high school
terrible.
coach.
Brandon Weenie has
Yeah.
1-11 start. Like Jay Cutler was retired. They brought him. Even his
interview was a
retirement
joke.
play. Even his retirement plans got intercepted.
Yeah.
Then during a Wildcat offense, he stood there. Didn't even like play the
That
roles.
was awful. When he just stood there as the play ran and he like put his hand on his hips. I was just this guy.
That's good. What's
But-
your final thoughts, MJ?
I just think all in total. I mean, if she forgives him, like you said, he should be forgiven. But at the same time, it's blown out of proportion. I think because I mean, they're not giving the president the same type of penalty.
Now, so
No.
before we get off
Yeah,
of
he's-
that,
yeah.
so on the other hand, did you guys see? So the reporter's name was Jordan Rodrigue.
Mhm.
Did you guys leave it to the internet undefeated? Dig
Not
through her
always.
Twitter.
Oh yeah, where the racial tweet
Yep,
came
with all the
out.
racial tweets.
Yeah, she dropped the N-word a few times.
Yeah. You guys see that?
So my thing is that's
But
what
no one's bringing that to the
No,
forefront.
well, so if you don't know, back in 2012, she tweeted out, "My dad is being super racist as we pass through Navajo land.
Okay,
he's the
yeah.
best racist jokes all
And he
time."
said-
And then,
yeah.
and looks like there is no date for this. The Earth moved at 450 plus miles per hour. That's 10 times triller than NASCAR Dale Earnhardt's bitch ass.
Insert blank.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not even wow. But and this is what kills me with people. Like you can dish it, but you can't take it. He gave you a light jab.
Yeah.
You went all out of your way for. You know what I'm saying? It's just you can't. A lot of people, especially racist people, and I feel like that's why a lot of cops be in their predicaments, because if it wasn't for that badge, they wouldn't be able to hold their own weight one-on-one person. So a lot of the people who've been bullied in high school, they go to police academy, and then now for all that anger and stuff they got built up, they just use it with their badge power to inflict others with it. It's just abuse of power. But the same thing right there. If that was still coming from her, bro, man.
Yeah, that's from her. She has since deleted them, but
did you
the
apologize?
internet is
No, she
undefeated.
ain't
in
gonna apologize.
No, she did. So like,
she
come
did
on,
send
bro.
she sent an apology. I apologize for the offensive tweets from my Twitter account from 4 to 5 years ago. There is no excuse for these tweets and the sentiment behind them. I am
At
deeply
the
sorry
same
and
time, you
apologize.
still feel the same way. Why
Yeah.
apologize?
You don't
Because
Don't
it's
feel
it's
that.
fake.
But I think the only reason why you're apologizing because it came out.
Exactly.
Because you got to answer for it. That's
well,
what
that's
it is.
still she was riding the sexism wave
So somebody-
for a while, and then
Because she
the
got publicity.
The
I mean, you
internet.
gotta think
You
she
can't. You
becomes more
cannot.
popular
One thing
because of
about this era, man, you cannot hide from the internet. You
Nope.
cannot hide, man. Social media, all of this, you cannot hide. Look when they run for president. They go through your past with a fine tooth comb.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're still
So-
digging stuff up.
Well, I mean, it's not hard. This guy releases stuff every 5 minutes.
So, all right. So that was that's everyone's final thought on all that.
Just make sure you have is equal consequences for all civil rights infractions, whether it be, like I said, LGBT, women's, or African Americans. That's all I feel. That's how I feel. And that's what it just you solar poll of a Cam Newton, but this man became president and said he was gonna grab a by the.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe-
Like, come
maybe-
on. Where
maybe-
this is talking to society. Where's your principle at? Where's your priorities at? Is it that athletes have a greater call to society than the person who actually helps and makes laws and lead the country with the world? Come on now, society's a joke, bro.
Maybe.
Oh,
It
that-
is.
I could
Priorities
go
is
off
in the
on that
wrong
kind of stuff.
place, man. When football players got to apologize.
Maybe Cam Newton's planning to run for president. That's why he said it.
The Rock's about to be president. I mean, come on.
Don't get me started.
It's gonna be. We're gonna become a reality show.
I
as a
heart The
country.
Rock.
Follow up on that with the Fast Five. Pretty much, Tyrese had posted on his Instagram like thanks to The Rock and
Oh yeah, how he's breaking up the family
breaking
because
up
he's
the
gonna do the
family.
Hobbs movies.
Yeah.
So he's gonna make his own spin-off of Fast and the Furious, and Tyrese most likely his character won't be involved as much. So he got real bitter about this and said, "You won't make these contracts
but
if
he
you
said
care
he was
about the
pretty
family."
much stating in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, when The Rock came in, that he was trying to break up the family, and he knew it was going to lead to this, but he didn't want it to. So he was pretty much like, going in depth about it. And
that was Tyrese being upset.
Yeah, late night tweets.
But
it's probably,
Vin
it's probably the
Diesel
biggest
had,
check Tyrese has ever gotten.
Oh, of course, easily. Baby Boy didn't sell that much.
No.
It was classic, but I just feel
That's
like
a cult classic.
Yeah, but I just think that, like he said, it's like more power to you. If you go do something else, he has opportunity and he has things going on with his Vontra Enterprises and all that. Like it's nothing. If we're still going to do the movie or we got pushed back, one, you have a daughter and you just got married. So if the movie get pushed back, the first thing married men and women do, even me having a son that I have to get off of work early, I get to spend more time with my son, more time with my family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he should have looked at it like that. Yes, my thing is, because he's getting maybe an extra check, that shouldn't really, I mean, he's a bigger movie star than you are.
Well, yeah, and I think it's because he came in, jumped in the pool real quick, and then took that and ran with it because
he wasn't there from. But I've been thinking, when did Tyrese come in? Second?
Yeah, the second one. So he's been in their longevity as far as.
From Tyrese's perspective, if it was going to be a spinoff, well, Vin Diesel could have had it Paul Walker before he passed, rest in peace. He could have had one before that. If he's looking at it from that perspective,
who knew? Who knows where this series would have gone?
So I think if we were gonna give our spinoffs first, I think Vin Diesel, Paul Walker should have been first, and then the third one could have been, or they could have made a women's one.
Well, I think the problem with
women's
it
would be
was,
dope.
Yeah, that would be because they got a lot of kick-ass women in those movies. But I think a lot of the problem with that series came later on with Vin Diesel. From what I read, because there was a lot of beef originally between The Rock and Vin Diesel, it was because of Vin Diesel's lack of work ethic or something in those movies. So he was doing the quote-unquote prima donna routine. But, I mean, that's based off one perspective. Who knows the truth? It's always one side.
When you get like 7 movies in, you're not...
Yeah, you're going to be feeling yourself a little bit. You know, you get those checks just for being there. Because it became what was about racing to, like, these guys are borderline superheroes.
Yes.
After Vin Diesel caught a falling engine based with just a chain, I'm like, that's a little extra.
Damn. Did you see the last one when The Rock grabbed the submarine missile?
Oh, yeah.
Did you rewatch the same fucking movie?
I haven't seen the latest one.
Yeah, no, he grabs a submarine missile. Not like he grabs it off the shelf. Like it was launched and he was like, nah, and he grabbed it and he it was a mess, man.
Nah.
All right, so going back to. Did we do the Stephen Marbury thing? Ever?
This Phil Knight one was interesting.
Oh, him coming back to the
Phil
NBA?
Knight one. Go ahead. What Phil Knight one?
Phil Knight net worth up $1.9 billion following Nike's Amazon announcement. In an article written by Brandon Richard for Soul Collector, according to Forbes, Phil Knight's net worth jumped $1.9 billion following an 11% stock surge by Nike. The bump followed an earnings call during which Nike CEO Mark Parker confirmed Nike's intention to sell products through Amazon and better than expected fourth quarter earnings. Phil now has an estimated net worth of $26.6 billion, making him the world's 29th.
You're $26 billion, and you're still the 29th richest person in the
world.
world.
Ain't 1% no more, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Phil stepped down as chairman of Nike back in June of 2016, but he remains Nike's largest shareholder.
Smart man.
Yeah. I would take all my money, buy all the shares. When I step down, I still get paid.
Oh, yeah.
So
you
don't
got to worry about nothing. Plus, with Amazon being the powerhouse it's going to be in the future anyway. That was a smart
Jeff Bezos is the second richest person in the world.
Yeah, I just think that from a retail standpoint, that it's going to make it harder. Like, my thing is Nike got to find a way to not appease, but to balance the powers, all right? So you have Foot Locker, I'm at Villa, and you're Shoe Palace, right? So
why gotta be Shoe Palace?
Right.
Shoe Palace is dope. No, don't give me Shoe Palace is
why
dope.
Be Shoe Palace?
They had Marvin the Martian and Blake Griffin for the Marvin release, bro. And
that
the one
is
in
true.
Vegas. Yeah, Shoe Palace is nice. It's not playing.
They
but
do get good stuff.
Yeah, they do get y'all get and y'all warehouse is huge. It's almost the size of Walmart.
Could be
but
right.
It's just that okay, we're both fighting for online, right? It's already tough us fighting for online customers, and then you add Amazon into the mix.
Well, I don't think they're gonna use Amazon for the hype releases, quick strike stuff like that. I think it's gonna be for the older people trying to get their books and then a pair of Pegasus or something like that.
It's just really.
No, on Amazon, they're going to go for the full.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying that there won't be availability, but I don't think that's going to be their main goal.
Because my thing, I'm not tripping. Like our stores don't really get OVO. So if we go online and somebody else sells it, we don't really feel that. But if we all fighting for a KD 10 sale online or a LeBron or a Kyrie, stuff like that, then that's when we're going to feel it. Then what happened is. Amazon selling everything, and then the three of us, whoever's selling the least, then Nike said, you know what? Out of Shoe Palace and Villa, you guys haven't really been selling it. We might take your online Nike account. So now they didn't lost their Nike account hypothetically because of you came in and took away from the market share.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying?
No, you're not wrong.
From that perspective, it just makes things a little bit more difficult. If you got these rules, hey, you can't have a Nike account 5 miles away from another Nike store. If you got these same rules, you should kind of carry them on to the internet as well.
Well, Amazon is going to push towards that, like, internet monopoly one day, where they're going to have literally any and all that you want can get at the
Amazon
same shop.
owns
It's the biggest middleman in the history of the world.
Well, that's so I had to Google it. Mark, the net worth is the 26.6 billion, 29th richest person. Jeff Bezos' net worth is 84.2 billion.
What do you do with that?
Right.
Go on vacation every day.
Yeah, just buy up other
It's just
companies.
you live. That's it.
That's it. Well, looking at this list, I was blown away to see Mark Zuckerberg's net worth as well, 71.4 billion.
Well, Facebook has gotten so much bigger now that they've included sales and whatnot through them.
I think also too they own other social media. Don't they own Snapchat or something?
Yeah, they own Snapchat.
They bought Snapchat for like $1 billion cash or something like that.
They were like, take it. We'll get it back.
And Instagram too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
they got
Instagram.
So that's where
the conglomerate right there.
We are living in a world where Mark Zuckerberg is creeping up on Warren
It's
Buffett.
crazy because 3 of those people, when he had the Facebook meeting, 3 of them people didn't show up. The people who did is forever millionaires.
Mark Zuckerberg is creeping up on Warren Buffett.
That's my friends. Like, we having a meeting at the house. I'm like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. That could be meeting about crayons. I'll be there in 5 minutes. I don't miss none of my friends' meetings no more.
No.
So do you guys think, like, middleman, you mentioned that, like, for releases, well, because, we got the sneakers app now that kind of helped with, like, the traffic or whatever. Do you think, like, Amazon's site could handle that type of traffic for, like, a major release if they start doing major exclusive releases through Amazon?
First and foremost, they should take whoever's hacking Target and all these credit card bureaus and hire them, because if one person can handle all this traffic or all these documents and stuff on their little computers, then you need to hire this person to be able to handle a Jordan release on a Nike sneakers app.
No, it's because think about it. You go log on and it's crashing 5 minutes before it even gets ready to release.
Right.
Or you circling. It's like, how does she sell out in 2 minutes, bro?
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Well, I think it was originally released to kind of distill the bots issue, where everybody would just throw a bot at a website, and no matter what, there were 50 queues of the same release, and that's how most of these guys get their full size runs. Well, sneakers don't really allow bots based on their programming, from what I've read when it's initially released, but that still doesn't avoid people with like 4 phones trying to log in at the same time, and then plus everybody else.
Have you guys ever used bots?
I never once.
I haven't, but I think as Americans and as human individuals, you give us a task and challenge, we're going to overcome it. I'm pretty sure somebody got some bots for the Nike sneakers app, because I've seen a lot of people getting a lot of stuff off of there. And also, too, even with the Supreme now, it's a guy who's from
Supreme,
here that moved to Cali. He said you can give him how much money. I guess he has a price, and he's guaranteed you can get at least $350 worth of Supreme stuff every drop.
See,
that's a lot. That's a lot of chopsticks.
Now, props to Supreme for making it to where they can literally just put their stamp on anything and it sells. But that is one of the most overblown brands I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
That's because it's stuff. My problem with this culture-wise is that everybody has to grasp to something limited.
Yeah, and see, for me personally, I could give a care less where the crowd's moving. It's about personal taste. I do own one piece of Supreme gear, and it's a beanie with the Tom and Jerry stitch on it. And that's just because, nostalgia-wise, you grew up, you watched a cartoon. It's a fly hat. You wear it during the summer, or not during the summer, but the winter. It feels good. It's actually not a bad quality either. But where they were selling blimps and it's reselling for like $50, and all it is a plastic balloon, stuff like that. It's obnoxious.
And also, to go ahead after MJ after a minute, it's like instead of like earning your way into your style points, or you earning your way into the sneaker, it's just like it's a cheat code now. It's like I could buy a pair of Yeezy, a Supreme shirt. Everybody think I'm them.
Well, look at all those high-end collectors. I mean, the guys that have become the cream of the crop, and what have they done but buy the collections? And aftermarket half the time. They don't understand the significance of the story behind most of these releases.
And if you've been buying Supreme since whatever, you like it, you buy it because you like it, that's cool. But the people who are starting to come into the sneaker culture and say, you know what, I'm not about to do what you did and just have years of collecting and style our clothes. I still like to dress okay, I like my phone polish, so I like this purple shoe. I like my shirt to be black with a purple accent.
Mm-hmm.
Those type of things. It's just hey, I can buy this shirt and everybody think I'm cool. And
Yeah,
exactly. a lot of it's more so with the rappers nowadays too. Instead of doing that due diligence, like I said,
what's that culture vulture mentality? You jump in easy because you can afford it, and it's that buying your pass, like you said. It's you don't got to work for that anymore. The reputation phase is gone.
Go ahead. What you was gonna say, MJ?
I was just gonna say, just to be on, just to be pop, pretty much. It's crazy. I was looking at an interview. One of the girls, I guess she's a model. She was actually in the kids store, and I guess she was collecting since she was young. But he was like, how would you feel if your man's walked in, and he had these on? She couldn't even tell you what the shoe was. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because you culture vulturing.
Is
you know
that
what I'm saying?
what is that? Which?
I don't know her name. I know she's a model.
Talking about the complex kicks, the complex.
No, it was she was doing an interview with Kith.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was New York or a California store or something like that. But he was, asking her about the gym shoe. She couldn't even tell you about the gym shoe.
Don't you love that?
Knew it was dope.
Don't
She
you love
didn't,
that?
you know what I'm saying? Like, she didn't know, what
like the pink
up-tempos
ones.
was. I like the pink ones.
That's
I'm
it.
grabbing those blue joints because they dope. Like, go more in depth with the shoe. Give me some, knowledge that I don't know. Kick it to me.
Or
you can't tell me.
I mean, it's a culture which we touched on.
It's
I'm
crazy.
Not name names, but it's like you got YouTubers out there. I saw one of them was just like one of the best sneaker releases of all time is a Zebra Yeezy. Yeah. He said this 2 weeks after the Zebra Yeezy dropped.
Yeah, it's
like, bro.
It's pretty much crazy. Everybody just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm, trying to be hot. I'm trying to be that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be looked at. I'm trying to be an icon. I'm trying to, and it's crazy. Like if you don't do it just off the strength of you loving it, then it ain't. Well, it was never. It shouldn't.
And that's why when I wore my Zoom GP1s and I put in the caption, I'm just here to remind y'all that they made sneakers before 2010, because that's when like the first Yeezys dropped, whatever with the Nike. Yeah. That's my sole purpose, like this, and also too to jog Nike's memory because they got a short memory as well. They take something they take one shoe from the 90s and run it down your throat from a year and a half. They take another shoe from 95, 98. They're running down your throat, chop it up, put suede.
Look at what they're doing with the 98 right now, the Air Max 98. They're destroying
97. 97.
Oh, yeah, the 97. I'm sorry.
The 98s, when they did drop the
that was overkill, too.
Yeah, snakeskin, the Supreme joints, the Supreme collab. It was, you know what I'm saying?
That's just...
Speaking of the Supreme thing, though, so yesterday, James Jebbia, the founder of Supreme, has confirmed that they have sold part of their company to the Carlyle Group, a giant investment company. Oh. And this is a big move because while you guys were talking, I was looking over their portfolio, and I couldn't even tell you what some of these companies are that they own, but that has to be it could boost Supreme.
Well, yeah, because it's going to open that market even more.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're getting global, but that's going to be to even more niche markets.
Well, here's my thing, though. If they pride themselves on being limited. So why would you sell yourself? Because the investment group going to return on their money, which means they want that product more readily available. So are you kind of giving up what your company built off of, being limited for a nice chunk of change?
Well, I think it's going to be probably off a percentage. So if your global population that buys into it increases, that percentage of what's available may increase just slightly. So it's still going to be numbers-wise the same type of quote-unquote availability, I'd assume. You still produce maybe 2% of what the population can actually obtain and then go from there. But the number of production may have to increase.
I think they're coming to a crossroad where Nike was 4 years ago. Do we keep stuff limited and let other people eat off of us in the black market, or do we increase our allocation to have more dollar, but what we based ourselves off of is going to be sacrificed?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they've done that to kind of kill the resale market recently with the Jordan stuff. At least that's what they're claiming.
Yeah, that's what I think Supreme's at that crossroad now.
Well, that was I'm flicking through this article right now. The deal marks the first time a top-tier private equity firm has invested in streetwear and underscores the power of the Supreme brand, often dubbed the Chanel of streetwear. And it's often innovative business model rooted in cool but accessibly priced product and tightly controlled releases, which drop on a weekly schedule that's far faster than traditional blah blah blah. What do you think that's gonna so that's big. I didn't know that it was the first time a big company like that has invested. Do you think it's gonna bring the culture more into like the light to people that don't really fully because there's still people out there that don't fully understand the sneaker scene, the streetwear scene.
I'm gonna tell you this: when companies buy into a culture that they're not familiar with or they don't dabble with, it's gonna have some negativity into it, right? So it's gonna they thinking what I spent on you, I want to make double back. Right. So in order to do that, I can't make my $100 million back with you dropping 5 shirts every Thursday. Mm-hmm. You want to drop 25 shirts. You want to put some over here. You want to put some over there. But Supreme, hopefully they thought about this before they signed that deal. But oh man, what we built off of, and their brand's gonna drop. Well, you know what I'm saying? Not the tension, just feeling like if I see 2 people with Supreme on, I'm gonna see 20. That person probably gonna be a little bit slower to buy it come next go around.
But at what point are you gonna worry about losing that 16-year-olds purchase versus obtaining 4 more adults purchases because it's in a different market?
It's shocking to me that so many children love Supreme considering the company's been around since '94.
Well, because it's the retro thing now. It's becoming full circle where they say fashion rotates every 20 years or something. What was once the 90s is now today. As far as fashion's going again, outside of the skinny jeans and certain like hobo clothes that are $500, but
I love skinny jeans.
I do legs day too much. I can't.
But I like putting my phone in my pocket.
Yeah, exactly. I do like joggers. I like the jogger sweatpants though, because they're comfortable.
I like skinnies, like buckling them around my
get that moose knuckle going.
Yeah. Moose knuckle brings all the
what
ladies
happens
to the yard.
with Supreme and how this is going to pan out, because that's a person who's been working for a company that was been bought by another company, and then things change, and sometimes it's not always for the better. You have more funding to do things, but you give up a lot of that control.
Absolutely.
And imagine Nike didn't have shareholders. You know how much dope stuff we can get?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just
if they actually went by the people and not the people controlling the company.
Yeah. So I'm not. It's a shame that I can't get a retro LeBron 3 because a guy who has stock in Paper Towel has stock in Nike, or a majority shareholder who sits on the board of directors saying, "Hey, we need to make more Jordans," instead of giving people what's going to increase the brand's notoriety.
Oh, absolutely.
Voice of God just popped in my ears that Carlisle Group owns Beats too.
Wow.
Time Warner.
Wait, so do they own Apple?
No.
Does Apple
Steve
own
Jobs will rise from the ashes and be
Apple
like, what are y'all doing?
No, they might own a share of Beats.
Okay, because I thought Apple bought the rights.
No, Dre definitely sold himself out to Apple.
Yeah,
I would have too.
But you know who did that? And Jimmy Iovine did that, bro. I think, and this is something I can't stand. Like Steve Stout, a lot of people don't know, he gets a lot of guys their endorsement deal. He got Drake his Sprite deal. He got Jay with the Reebok thing, right? Oh. So I guess he kind of introduced Jay to that. Okay. I mean, dropped Dre to that, and then I guess Jimmy Iovine was, at Interscope. In some way, he wiggled his way into the Beats deal.
Well, and yeah, that's probably
like why? That's like Dan Gilbert. That's like Nike getting LeBron getting his Nike check, or Kobe getting his Nike check, and then Jim Buss or Dan Gilbert like, yeah, let me get a piece of that. Mm-hmm. Like, no, bro, you have nothing to do with this Nike check.
Well, that was all pretense, probably. He put on Dre, and he's like, well, any type of endorsement deals you get, I get set percent.
And I think, and he pushed him. My thing is, and I don't understand why people don't think like this unless they're just tired of that business. If someone's willing to offer me $1 billion for this, that means they're gonna make $2 billion probably the next 2 to 4 years off of it. Mm-hmm. But if I keep my company, I can make that $2 to $4 billion.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's all perspective. You're offered $1 billion to do nothing anymore, versus you having to work hard for the next. Not to say that most people wouldn't, because I would, but at the same time, if you're in that position and you're ready to check out and you just want to live, maybe that $1 billion. I mean, not many people can say they're going to spend that in their life. So,
but he has a strong enough team where he's just like, I like these. All right, turn the bass up, turn this down. It's more so like that.
Yeah, he gets that control.
Not like he's out there screwing headphones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not the technology behind it, but at the same time, he's the consumer idea, like that whole mode where he was. It needs to be based off what he's hearing. So that's how he was the whole selling point originally. I remember that part.
So, MJ.
Oh no, y'all good. I was just about to break away. I'm gonna let y'all take care of everything else.
All right.
Y'all have a great show and enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy your
Thank
weekend.
enjoy
Thank
your
you.
day.
Take care.
So with that, can we cut to a break and figure out how we're going to direct this?
If you want to make sure your shoes look just as fresh as when they came out the box, practice safe stunting and go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection.
Yo, what's good? This is Bullet RC, and you're listening to the #1 sneaker show, the Sneaker Box Podcast, on SneakerBarDetroit.com.
This is the real Ray 20, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box Podcast on Sneaker Bar Detroit.
Hey, this is Michael Smith from ESPN, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box Podcast.
We're back. All right, so that was the majority of the news that we had. Just a couple of things, but yeah, a lot of stuff to read through, and I don't feel like reading. So we're going to go right to This Week in Stupid. Is there a draft for that? It ain't like I've ever been on the show.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as stupid does.
Hurt. I just read this. Damn. Authorities put up a drug dealer's sneaker collection for sale.
I've read that.
Hurt. Why they don't? Fuck.
They do that.
I know.
Hey, eBay, Leopreme Auctions is a local auction base that police run. I've copped a few pairs off of it.
I know that's.
What's their name?
Okay.
Leopreme Auctions, and it's in Ypsilanti.
In an article in the Associated Press, a Central Ohio county sold off an assortment of collectible sneakers seized from a convicted drug dealer. The Columbus Dispatch reported that there were 67 boxes of confiscated footwear up for sale by Licking County officials. Proceeds from the auction will be used to fund drug investigations by the Licking County Law Enforcement Task Force that found the sneakers. The 48-year-old Newark drug dealer who owned the sneakers received 11 years in prison last month after being convicted of possessing more than half a pound of cocaine and 100 pills containing the deadly opioid fentanyl. He's currently held at a prison in Orient while officials determine where he'll ultimately serve a sentence. Now, that isn't the saddest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 11 years. Like, he doesn't want to come back to his shoes.
Hey, they'd be appraised by then.
What's the how do you spell
Which one?
They don't have a
Leopreme,
Facebook.
whatever.
It's the eBay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's on my eBay right now.
Let me see.
Definitely.
I'll screenshot it and send it to you.
You supporting this whole thing?
I'm about to see what they have.
Well, if he gets caught, that's part of the game. As far as what they confiscate during, I've heard of people losing a lot more.
Yeah, I know I know people they take their cars. Like
yeah, exactly. Anything.
Let me take my car.
Yeah.
Confiscated.
Take it. I don't give a shit. And that's it cost me like $2,000 cash. I don't give a fuck what happens to it.
Yeah, but no, I mean clearly that's gonna hurt us. But I'm on the consumer's end, so I'm waiting for that auction to kick off, or it already has probably by now.
But I mean 11 years, like, wouldn't he? Like I said, he'd want to come back to that. He shouldn't.
Well, I know some guys where they get pinched, they usually have somebody that can take care of whatever material stuff they want to keep hold.
Oh, if you like prison food and penis.
I think what you also just have to look at it as well is that you usually have those things in place. Like, hey, you need you to take care of this, take care of this, take care of this. Wow, if something was to happen. So.
All right, well, that wasn't as really this week. That was like sneaker stories that make you go, oh.
It's sad.
It is sad.
But I'm sure the people that are grabbing that collection, depending on what it is, ain't too sad about it.
Nah.
Because you get them for pennies on the dollar.
There was actually a real sneaker stories that make you go, all stories about Steph Curry and Bible verses, but this is much sadder than that.
Yep, today's priorities, people.
Yep, Guru just shook his head. Totally not what I expected. But so
what's wrong with you?
Do we got enough time for that? All right. Did we do the? I wasn't here last week. Did we do the pound for pound thing last week, or is that recent?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did the pound for pound.
Yep.
Oh, where he's still owing people.
Yeah.
I actually know a guy that his name's Visreal on Instagram. He had a few pair of PEs with him that he never got back.
That's hurt.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's another sneaker story that makes you go, oh.
Well, they took like was it 6 figures worth of product and never gave it back to people?
Something like that. Oh yeah, I remember this article. Has a lot of math.
Yeah,
Oof.
it was just sad. I mean, that was probably worse than the Nike ring, just because it was an aftermarket industry that was just like, hey, I'm gonna screw you over no matter what. Because I know people would buy from them, but at the end of the day, what was it that made him run? Was it bankruptcy or?
I'm sure I didn't follow it too much. It's just so much happens in like that whole world so fast. It's like anything that happened like 3 days ago on the internet is like 10 internet years ago.
That's true.
So,
but fun fact, I actually do have a pair of
Fun fact.
CTK 5s from Yamamoto, the guy that snitched on the Nike ring. His name is still on the box too. So I got a little bit of sneaker history right there.
That's crazy. And what made him so basically that's why a lot of LeBron samples were floating, because he was authorizing the manufacturing them without
Well,
Nike?
I know a lot of the PEs can get shipped to Nike employees regardless. But I think it was from the 7 on, like 7/8s, where there were the hardwood classic samples, stuff like that. Apparently those aren't supposed to be real samples. Like from what I hear and what I've read, a lot of those productions were something that he put in orders for personally, and the court or whatever corporation was making them, that factory, would make those samples. Some of those LeBron never even got. So I think it was like certain pairs, like the Denim 8s, that was supposed to be strictly so many pairs, but look at how many are available.
So the dude made those orders.
Yeah. So it wasn't, I don't know if it was Kyle or if it was somebody else that he was partnering with, but he was putting in specific orders of amounts of how many pairs of this sample he wants. That's why you see, I mean, look at how many available samples of the CTK3 is versus the blue suede 7.
Yes, yeah.
So it's clear that
He hooped in that one too, though.
Oh, yeah, but those, I'm not saying weren't real samples. It's the amount of availability. Because LeBron don't got that many people in his camp he's trying to let loose for. He always did friends and family releases for his stuff. But then the later versions that were obviously more hyped and more aftermarket valuable, that's the ones they were put in production as far as special orders. And I think it all came crashing down. From what I heard, it was a deal gone bad. And then it went back to Kyle. And Kyle researched everything and then just provided this giant thesis of snitch to just rat out the entire ring. And he served less time because of that and pinched like 4 other guys in the process.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But they said he took like $250,000 in value just from that, let alone whatever he made aftermarket.
So how much would that was going, if you was buying from them guys, how much were they going for?
Well, it's probably, you know how the middleman game works. Whoever was buying from that guy got it from a discounted price and boosted it probably double. Because I remember the HWC 7s, depending on the colorway, were going anywhere from 1 to 4K at one point, stuff like that. I mean, you remember when the LeBron Rise, those corks, they were $700 plus for a moment. I got them for box price.
Yeah, I got mine from box price for Villa.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just depending on when you go into the sample game, more or less, that's stock market right there. You're going to have your rise and fall. And I think based on after the ring, a lot of those prices dropped because after that bust and certain articles were released where it was exposing these aren't real, like, LeBron samples, because it's not like he knows anybody in a size 10 in that many pairs, stuff like that, where he's just releasing full size runs of samples. It doesn't make sense. I mean, we all know samples used to come in 2 sizes. So after that, the friends and family PE scandals, all that started getting mixed in and kind of diluting what was the sample game.
I think that you can't say it's not real if it was made by Nike and
right.
deployed.
And that's the controversy.
That's like if you come to my store, right, and I take 50% off your shoe, and Nike and Villa say, hey, you can't do that. Was it, they said, well, your shoe's not fake because Villa didn't authorize that discount. No, you still bought it from all.
True.
I think Nike did that to deter people. They kind of used somebody else to put that out there to deter people away from making any more money off that.
Right.
But I think it's still.
Yeah, I mean, there's still quote unquote samples, but it's to what extent is the.
It's sampled because it was manufactured and
right.
it was never released as a general or limited release.
But then it falls into like those unauthorized pools, stuff like that. You know, that gray area of all this shit.
Well, that's what I had asked before.
But then again, we don't know LeBron's friend sizes.
Exactly.
So
like,
we
can't quote for exact facts. The truth is always in between both sides. You're always gonna have two stories and then the truth.
It's so crazy because the ones that people going after, he actually wore, like those Oregon tubes he wore at the parade, and then like the hardwood, he actually bought in all them hardwood classics, and like the it was a couple other he was wearing casually. So it's just like in the all white. I found the all white 3, the All-Star Game 3, but the all white one, the one he practiced in last year.
I got a sad story about that.
Yeah, I found it was a pair on eBay for like $1,200, and it's like those were like, yeah, that's.
Yeah, from one of my buddies back in the day, I used to grab initially when I first started getting into higher end LeBrons. He had a pair of those, the alternates. He was gonna sell them to me for like $225. But the thing is, I didn't know him that well yet to just be throwing all this money at him because I just got stuff. And I didn't know knowledge-wise what they were. So I had 2 pairs of the All-Stars, the real ones. And I saw those. I'm like, are these even real? And that was my fault. So I passed, and he let them go to somebody else for like $275. And we know where the values are even trying to find those now. That was my biggest regret because I love that pair.
If Nike has to either solve that problem, 2 things. 1, release some of these as general to kill that aftermarket price, or 2, tell LeBron to wear more GRs because LeBron be rocking the same ones that
he's
people
doing it to mess with us.
So it's just like that. The ones that people unauthorized or whatever that people are looking for, that he's actually wearing them. So that even drives the value up because he's like, hey, man, he's still wearing them. So.
Oh, he's building hype because I heard there's supposed to be more retros in 2018. I read an article where they're saying not necessarily AZGs either. So maybe we might get our 3s finally.
I just don't. I'm scared because I pray they don't mess it up.
I think the zoom unit is going to be way different because the quality they put in the 3s were probably top tier for that time.
Oh, tier ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, to me, they're one of the most comfortable basketball shoes, period. That's my preference because it's just the padding inside, the double zoom unit. It's just quality right there. They definitely unloaded into LeBron's line what I call the golden era, which is 1 through 6.
I'll give each of you each other's phone numbers, and you guys can keep this conversation.
Jumpman and Caesar used to dominate the Jordan, man. So
No. Hey, you know what? I invited him on for you, so you guys can have play dates and stuff. So let's get to one more news article, and then we're gonna ride this bitch out. So Akron, Ohio man shoots at house twice after argument over sneakers. In an article off of sneakershoptalk.com, Horace M. Johnson II of Akron, Ohio, was charged with aggravated burglary and improperly discharging a firearm at a habitation. Wow. According to police, Horace II showed up at the residence just after 9:30 p.m. and argued with a resident over a pair of sneakers. A woman at the house demanded the Horace II leave. The woman then heard 2 gunshots hit the house. She ran upstairs to the attic and called 911. Horace II then climbed a tree and snuck inside the home through an open window. He was apprehended and held down by several people until cops arrived. Horace II was then taken into custody and remains in the Summit County Jail at $75,000 bond. Mm-hmm. Why are we still shooting people over sneakers?
I think it's gonna be about sneakers. It start off with sneakers. I think people feel disrespected at some point in the argument, right?
Or it could have been just.
So it's like, man. So like, somebody take your laptop and smash it, and then you like fight it. You take it to the extreme. You like, man, you just killed that man over a laptop. It wasn't a laptop. It's the fact that you took something that belonged from you, defamed it, and then the rage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is. It's not just the news just making over sneakers. Like, what's this over sneakers? Man, probably. If I sell you some shoes and you don't send me the money, then it's all he shut him over sneakers. No, you didn't come forth with my money, and you violated the agreement that we had. You know
regardless of the product. But there are cases where you'll see, like, these videos in the alleys where these, first off, I don't know why people are meeting in these random-ass spots anyway. It should always be a smart place. That usually deters bullshit anyway.
All my meetings are in random, dark alleyways.
Yeah, but that's for other stuff. It's not just
shoes. That's how I got on the show. I answered a ad on Backpage. Eric was on the other side of it, and he was like, I have a position for you.
As we proceed to give you what you need.
And then that's how I ended up being on the show.
And
thanks, Eric.
He shivers anytime he hears a music cue.
So, I mean, that was really nice when he put that ad up, too. It's real nice. I mean, isn't that how you got on here too, Guru? Or
nah,
no?
You
just showed up.
I met John, my old DM, introduced me to Caesar and said, "Hey, you should do sneaker reviews." I did sneaker reviews with Caesar at Villa. We did about 6 videos, probably total right now like 200,000 views, well 180,000 views, something like that. And then he asked me to stop doing the podcast, and then like 2-3 episodes in the basement before we came here.
So you didn't answer the same Backpage ad I did?
No.
I think you were a unique situation.
Yeah.
Kind of like that prototype phase of recruiting.
Well, I guess that's a whole other story. Then I have some questions that ain't answering now. So, all right, let's get into release dates. So was there a drop for that too? No, there's not a drop for that. Where the fuck have I been? All right, brought to you by SneakerBarDetroit.com, the #1 source of sneaker news and release dates. So we're going into Saturday, October 7th, United Arrows and Sons and Slam Jam and Adidas Consortium Sneaker Exchange Collection, which is a global release. Nike Women's Air Force 1 Low Floral Sequin Pack. I actually like that shoe.
Have you seen the also the light blue? It's like werewolf pack or the release. It's baby blue. It's kind of got like the scratch marks that are around the Kobe Bruce Lee's, but it's got some crazy fur in the sock liner too.
Nah, is this Air Force?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's a woman's release or a GS release, but it's meant to be a Halloween pack.
For this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let me look up what it says so you can bring that up.
Yeah, get that going. I mean, I'm gonna keep this list rolling while you do that. The Air Jordan Retro 1 Flynet. Air Jordan 1 Retro 1 Flynet Royal. How do you guys feel about the Flynets? Did we get over that?
I don't mind the Flynets. First, I was like, and I seen it in person, and I was like, okay. And I like it. Gives you instead of beating your ones, it gives you an alternate shoe to wear in place of it, and it's a little bit more comfortable.
It's probably
and the Flynet outfit is ridiculous.
There's a Flynet outfit.
The jackets, Flynet, and pants. It's Flynet. Me and JB saw that. I think it was Wish in Atlanta. The pants are like $250. The jacket's $200, or either one way around. Like it's like when you put it on, it hugs your body. It's all cold, man. It's just expensive, but it's really dope though.
Flynet underwear too?
Huh?
Just wicks away everything.
Yeah, no. Eric's just is in my ear telling me about his Flynet underwear.
I could dig it.
I mean, I like this setup actually. Like, I need a direct communication to Eric in my everyday life.
All right, so here goes that release I was talking about.
Oh, god damn, that's ugly.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be on the ugliest sneaker release next week. Air Jordan Retro 3 GS Anthracite, the Nike LeBron Soldier 11 Wheat, Nike Vandal High Supreme Metallic Silver, the Alexander Wang X Adidas Original Collection.
Oh, no more Yankee, my wanky.
The Sobox. That was for Wang. When you speak into my ear, does anybody else hear that, or do I just sound like a psychopath? Thank you. The Sobox Reebok Classic Workout Low Year of Fitness. The Under Armour Curry 4 More Magic, releasing in Boston, Chicago, and Concord, California only. I didn't know there was Concord, California. Reigning Champ Adidas Pure Boost. The Adidas Original Crafted Pack, releasing overseas. The Civilist Vans Coffee and Cigarettes Pack. It's going to be the wider release. Atmos Reebok Instapump Fury Bleached Denim.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Yes, I was waiting for that. Beams and Meta Sneakers Asics Gel Light 3 Souvenir Jacket. And then we have Thursday, October 12th, with the NBA Nike Air Force 1 Statement Pack. That whole pack can go to hell.
I hate that pack. The fact that they did that shit with the swooshes is disrespectful.
Yeah, that whole pack. I mean, I would have been fine with just like
what
the
it
team
would look
colors.
like.
I like the laces.
What it look like.
They're the team colors, but they did this like real asshole thing with the swoosh where they made them really fat.
Like the Taiwan release swoosh almost, but
yeah,
a
but
lot
not as
more
cool.
obnoxious. Yeah.
Here, so I'm pulling it up now. It was
I did like the laces though, where it had Nike all throughout them.
Yeah, that.
Talking about the NBA release.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got the blue ones at my store. I got the blue high top and the gray high top at my store.
So, Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
They got the little NBA tab sewn in the
Yeah,
back.
like I would have
had a team on them, bro.
Yeah, if they would have did like a graphic per team.
Oh yeah,
that would have been a nice release.
No, it's not this shit. I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, no. So when the first pictures I saw of it was only the back.
Oh.
So like this was the first photo I seen of them,
with the
which only
AF1.
had the back, and it had the the NBA logo and stuff. You know, I'm a huge basketball fan, so I was like, I'd get a pair. You know, like but then it's like if you look at the swoosh, it's like.
And then it looks like it's a downtown sole, so it's a lot thinner.
Yeah, there's some, or is it like in perspective? Like
I feel like all white soles are like thicker than normal Air Force One soles.
Well, they got the Uptown, which is the real thick, and then they got the Downtown, which is supposedly like supposed to be more of a lifestyle wear, which makes no sense. But to me, I've never liked the Downtown ones.
No,
they're like the Van sole on an Air Force One.
I didn't know they did high tops.
Yeah, see now in the high top, it don't look as bad. Because you get a little bit more like height in the swoosh too. It almost looks like the TC
I got that
release.
one at my store. This one and the navy blue and white one I got at my store.
Plus, I think the tumbled leather is actually really good on here.
I don't know why they did high tops. They lost me after that low top.
The low tops are trash.
Yeah,
but the high tops I can dig.
I would have scooped up a couple of those pairs, but I mean, I'm not really rocking that out like that. So, So and then we have the Nike Air Max 1 OG Royal, the Epitome. Reebok.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Thank you. Reebok Instapump Fury, the Nike SB Dunk High, Danny Super. I'm so glad they went back to doing a collaboration with him. On Friday, October 13th, we got the Bomb Air Jordan Retro 1 High OG LHM at Dudo No. So that's the
Latino History Month
Yep,
ones.
that's that one. That one's dope.
Is that pinstriping 3M or is it just like some type of shimmer? Does anybody know?
No. I mean, that Jordan 1 was the first one out that pack that I saw, and I was
that was the premier launch for the pack. Cause
I was hooked.
Yeah, it's fire, and I don't even wear too many ones. I have two pairs. I got Royals and the Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, I'm all over that release. I'm kind of bummed out that no stores are getting them like locally.
No, it's an app only.
Yeah, and it's funny. Well, Nice Kicks got them online.
See, I'm surprised Nice Kicks still moves the way it does. Because I remember growing up.
Forget about them.
I would use like pickyourshoes.com, sneakerhead.com.
Will forever be legend.
Yeah, that was the OG one. Like
that's
before I even found
you ain't no sneaker person if you don't remember Pick Your Own. That's what Oakland Questions dropped.
Yeah.
And they used to have a lot of lingering stuff. You could saw Zoom Flight. They had every shoe with detail history.
Had the 112 Air Force Ones way later for retail.
Yeah, me too. I've picked stat on Pick Your Shoes.
So that's what I've been
for a while.
Yeah, that was like the.
It's a sad sight now.
Oh, I've been on Sneakerhead recently too, and it's just like a shell of itself.
It's because everything has taken over. The resale market has grown so big.
Well, Bait bought Pick Your Shoes, so that's what I mean. And nothing against Bait. I love Bait. But they bought Pick Your Shoes or they were started by Bait. Started off of Pick Your Shoes. So
and I think Sneakerhead lost its tier. It used to be a zero contract. Now it's something a lot lower.
All right. No, going on. The Nike Little Posit 1, the Vamp Posit, that should have been an adult shoe.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. That's the same pack as those Air Force Ones.
The Halloween ones, the pumpkin ones, that should have been an adult release.
That should have all been adult.
They've done that with GS releases a lot.
The Nike Air Force 1 Low Pinnacle GS Werewolf, which I think is the shit you just showed me.
Yeah.
The Nike Air Vapor Max Triple Black 2.0. The Adidas Women's NMD R2 PrimeNet Japan Pack in the WWE Alexander John Reebok Classic Leather, which is exclusively at Foot Locker. Do not buy those at retail. They will go on sale, trust me. Saturday, October 14th, Air Jordan Retro 12 Bordeaux. Air Jordan Retro 12 GS Deadly Pink. The Adidas Yeezy 350 Boost V12 Beluga 2.0, the Nike Sportswear Flax Collection, the Nike Air More Uptempo Dark Stucco, a few Saucony Shadow Master 5000 Goth, Parlay Adidas EQT Support ADV Pack, and then you have the Adidas Women's NMD R2 in both Legend Ink and Gray Shock Pink. And you also have the Adidas Women NMD R1 PrimeNet Gray and Green Knight. Those are 2 different shoes. Look for those. And now we are going to shoot it over to the other room and with the Sneaker Box Podcast, like Sneakerheads.
Yes, we are. Thank you very much. It's been nice being with you today. I got to tell you. That Caesar guy.
I couldn't do it without you.
I think Dexter was right. Caesar, he sucks having him on the show. When he's back next week, I will say no.
Will he be back
Francis sucked.
Well.
Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, this is the Sneaker Box Podcast, Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Chick with Heat. Where would I find that?
Instagram.
You are correct, sir.
Yes, I got a gold star.
So, yes, you did. In fact, you did. A gold star. I will staple it to your forehead later.
Thank you.
Got to give a little bit of love. Got to send some shouts to Car KR. Sounds almost like laughing. Car. I don't know. She makes me feel like practicing my Running Man. See the picture? She's doing the Running Man. Yeah.
Oh, there's pictures.
Yeah, there's pictures.
Wow.
I gotta give a little love. And I gotta tell her I got a rock for her to climb.
Oh.
It's Kick Image.
Hello.
Nothing? No response from anybody?
I was waiting for the picture to pop up.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
And let's give, first of all, hand on hip, grab ponytail, repeat. It's Genevieve Chanel.
Well, hello.
I love that ponytail.
And she likes it being pulled.
And yes, she does. For sure, she's not Wilson Phillips. She's Kelly Phillips 07. Oh, my love, baby.
I'd let her beat me up.
We can make that arrangement.
Thank you.
Get your unitard.
Oh, come and talk to me. It's my little bread.
Oh, with the
Jodeci.
The band? Or the group? Oh, no.
Look at the picture. She's my little bread.
I see what you did there.
Come and talk to me.
I see what you did there.
Oh, now. She can hop in my passenger seat anytime. She's Taylor Mishi. And last but not least, I gotta make a confession here, guys. She may be my daughter. It's Miss Ngoyen. Have I ever told you stories about my trips, my visits to Vietnam?
Those are all going to be the Out the Box
I think
podcast.
I'm gonna release a private collection.
Is there video footage?
Then I'll have to start making, child support payments.
He's going to show up with a box of Polaroids.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
I keep it in my office, locked up in the third cabinet drawer.
Oh, is that the one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that is the one.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't want to talk any more about it because I could get in trouble or more trouble.
It's definitely illegal in 5 states.
Yes. So those are this week's Sneaker Box Podcast, Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Chick with Heat on...
Oh, Instagram.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Is that another star?
Instagram.
Did I get another star?
You get 2 stars. We'll make them like pasties.
Right on the nips.
Yes. With a stapler.
With a stapler.
And next week is the Toronto SneakerCon.
Yes.
And I'm not sure exactly how we're working it. I don't know if you're going to be recording a show there or if we're going to do a show here and interview people from there.
It's one of those things where we kind of just like tossed it up in the air and just wherever something lands.
Yeah, Caesar's still working it out.
Yeah, we're just,
I think he's talking to Dexter.
Yeah.
From Arlington, Virginia.
And I have like a legit tea party apparently I should go to. So.
That's cute.
Oh, you're part of the tea party.
Yeah.
All right. Trump rides on.
Yes. That's why I took over to see from Caesar.
I see. Yeah. Good to know. But so that finishes it up for me.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a great week.
I'll try to.
Talk to you the next time.
I heart you.
I'm out. Oh, not as much as I hurt you. And I will hurt you if you repeat that.
All right, so that was this week's show. Thank you to everyone that joined us. We want to definitely mention to remember to check out our sister shows, the Monday Midsole, Monday nights, obviously in the title, at 8 o'clock on the Monday Midsole's channel. There's also OG Sneaks is not the Soul Food sneaker show anymore, is he? Like that's
the Talking Kicks now.
Talking Kicks, yep. It's still on Wednesdays, right? Wednesdays. Yep. Cool. Thanks, Guru. And then we have Sneaker Files, who, if we do make it out to Toronto, they will be joining us. Also, JD and Norm, get in the van, Mountain, Texas. Definitely check those guys out. They're doing a lot of big things. They started their The Bad Pancake YouTube channel. They have a pretty funny video up there right now, which was amazing that it happened. I also want to thank Jacob for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, if people want to find you and harass you, where can they do that?
You could do my Instagram.
On Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were calling on me. I want one of those gold stars.
You want to? I got you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it should be Chico_Rodriguez08. Simple as that.
That's on Instagram. All right. And then, you know, Guru, thank you for
no problem, man.
Sitting here with me.
I had a good night last night, man. I drugged myself in here. I held myself together really well.
Yourself?
I feel like Brett Favre in the playoffs.
You drugged yourself?
You're selling dick pics?
No, I didn't drug myself.
I drugged
me and my friends had to.
I'm like, if you sit around partying, drugging yourself,
we had a few drinks, though, but, you know, I still held myself together. I think I did really well today. Still was on point.
Drugging yourself without me?
Absolutely not.
All right. MJ, who was here with us earlier, she left.
Tomb Raider sneakers, MJ.
Yep, she was here. Again, Caesar, thank you for giving me the chance to ruin your show today.
And especially Jumpman Bostic, man.
Jumpman Bostic.
Yeah, he won't be able to be with us no more. It was family stuff, but you will always be missed, man. I gotta start rocking Jordans a little bit more in your honor.
He's not dead, just for the, you know, sake of clarification.
Is that in my ear or did everybody hear that?
Yeah, oh, that's to everybody.
Okay. Yeah. I have to make sure.
Is that you, Lord?
Yeah. God. So
stop touching yourself.
Never that. Is that? Did everybody hear that? Or is that okay?
we all heard that one.
I gotta keep clearing that up. And also thank you to our Crep Protect family. There's a thing here that Caesar reads off about Crep, but I mean, you already know what it is. Keep your shoes clean, protect them. Some of the best protection. You have the wipes. They're gonna hit you with we got the Stay White laces dropping. The Crep pill. You know, some of you out here rocking, you know, not washing your feet properly. Throw the pill in there, get them right. And then the drop front boxes. You know, I know they're double the price of what people are used to paying with the other products, but these are UV protectant and they keep your stuff from yellowing. So definitely check those out. And apparently they go up to a 15, or Caesar broke his and he got his shoes in there. So definitely check out Crep Protect. Look for them on Instagram, Twitter, and crepprotect.com. And before we get going, since you are a guest, can you please read Jumpman's word for us?
And where might that be?
It's on the little yellow screen right here.
Little yellow screen.
You see where it says?
Jumpman's word.
There we go.
Defining myself as opposed to being defined by others is one of the most difficult challenges I face.
All right. So with that, Guru, you got any last words?
Let's try to keep the culture on course, man. There's nothing wrong with hype. Let's just kind of get back to like the basics of some of this stuff, man. Because the GR doesn't mean it's garbage.
Absolutely
Exactly.
You know,
look at the Royalty 4s. I have a feeling those are going to be fire later on in life.
And it's funny you said that, because one of the things that Mayer, who was probably one of the bigger collectors, known to us, most of his collection is made up of GRs, and he
call it inline sneakers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect him for that, because he buys stuff we have.
He buys
what he wants.
Yep.
I mean, granted, a lot of it's probably gifted nowadays, but you still go out and get what you want on the regular side. There's no point in having to worry about it.
No. So yeah, take that. You know, buy what you want. Nothing wrong with, you know, if you want to sit around and rock Vans, fucking rock them. Who gives a shit? That's your money.
It's your style. I mean, it's all about being your own person. Back in the day, that was all what it was about.
Take from it individuality. So I have been Francis. That is Jacob. We have Guru. For MJ, Caesar, JB, and Sneaker Girl.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
you forgot me.
Of course, I can never forget you. and White Ranger. You got anything to say while we go out?
No. Appropriate.
No, that's it.
No, that's it.
All right.
That's it. All right. Thank you for joining us. We look for us. Maybe.
I'd say he needs to put his headphones on for one more second. My suggestion, my advice to the crowd is, what would Guru do?
Yes. We need them sentiment more.
Shake his head at Francis.
That's so crazy, man. When you have kids, bro. Like, genetics is physical features, but I believe your behavior is also genetic. Cause my son, bro, when he disapproves of someone's actions, bro, it's like me.
Side eye.
It's like,
I've seen that side eye a couple times.
Shake your head, all that. So,
again, we're maybe look for us in Toronto, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're doing what we can here.
Yeah.
We just don't know what we're
to be determined.
To be determined, exactly.
Like the end of a Dragon Ball Z episode.
We might be there. We might not be. Our table may be there. You may not see us. Who knows?
Depends if we straighten out the stuff with the law.
Exactly.
Yes. Got to be able to cross the border.
Yeah, the
Francis
Canadian
got
border.
The warrants.
They don't even know about. Quit putting my shit. All right, we're out of here.
Peace.
Hey! Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
To hear a female talk about routes, like, it's funny. But fun is coming along, man. We're gonna. This is a big game for him because of him being from Detroit, and I know he wants this win extremely bad, and just to see his growth over the years. Completely different player. We're not just on the field. And, I told him and Benji that